Good evening, guys. Today we will talk about Mauryan dynasty. In previous video we have talked about Majanpadas. Now today we will talk about Mauryan dynasty. This is class for English medium 10th class. So first lesson we talk about Mauryan dynasty. As you know, in the last video we have talked about Majanpadas. There were 16 Majanpadas. Out of 16, there was one most powerful Majanpad was Magad. In this class, in this video, we will talk about Mauryan dynasty. This dynasty ruled upon Magad. We will talk about Magad and all about Mauryan dynasty. Let's have a look on Mauryan dynasty. You have to remember a time about Mauryan dynasty, that is 326 BCE. What is the time? 326 BCE. What does mean of BCE? Before Christ era. There are two. I have mentioned in another video that there is a CE and BCE. C stands for Christ era. BCE means before Christ era. 326 before Christ era. You can understand almost 2300 years ago there was an invention of Alexander over India. Who was the Alexander? You have to know about him. Alexander, also known as Sikandar in Indian language. So Alexander was the ruler of Greece. He invaded all the world and he also came to India in 326 BC. He fought a war with an Indian king named Porus. This war happened on the bank of river Jhelum. Where is the Jhelum? Jhelum moves in Jammu and Kashmir, flows in Jammu and Kashmir. This was what happened in 326 BC. Porus, and between Porus and the Alexander. Porus was defeated, but Alexander became happy with his bravery and he gave all the empire back to the Porus. Why we mention this? Because this war was related to Mauryan dynasty too. Sikandar came to India. All the other Indian kings beside Porus were very fearful, very frightened by invention of Alexander. He came to India 326 BC, he went back, and 325 BC he died. What happened after that? Mauryan dynasty, before Mauryan dynasty, on the Magad, the rule of Nanda dynasty. Who was the ruler on Magad? Nanda dynasty. The last ruler of Nanda dynasty was Ghananand. He was ruler of the Magad. Where is the Magad? We will talk about here. As you see the map of India, then in the north side you see Jammu and Kashmir and Himalaya mountain. In the south side you will look there. This is J&K. Here is, as you know, Pakistan, the neighboring country of India. Here is Afghanistan. It's also neighboring country of India. It's China and it's Nepal. Now we are talking about Magad. Where is the Magad? Magad lies in Bihar, near Bihar. This part of the Bihar, that was Magad. Now we will talk about Magad. First, what you have to remember that these are the mountains of the Himalayas. There are many passes through this. The Greek rulers, commanders came to India, invaded India. After that, Arabian people came to India. After that, Turkish people, Babur they came to India through these passes, and they invaded India. Sikandar also came to this way, but he fought war here and he went back. Now we are talking about Magad. Here is the Magad. Magad dynasty was ruled by Magad was ruled by Nanda dynasty, and who was the ruler of that time? The ruler of Ghananand. Ghananand. Ghananand was last ruler of Nanda dynasty. He was a despotic ruler. He was a very cruel ruler. The subject of the Magad, the people of the Magad were very unsatisfied, dissatisfied with Ghananand. Now they need a ruler who can satisfy them, who can come down with the heavy burdens of the taxes. So what he did, they need a person. Now a person came to the light, that was Chanakya. Who was the Chanakya? Chanakya was a Brahmin and he was courtier of the Ghananand's court. One day Ghananand insulted Chanakya and Chanakya vowed that he will destroy his dynasty. He will destroy his dynasty. It means he will destroy Nanda dynasty. He went on search of a person who can fight a war against Ghananand and defeat him and throw him out from Magad. Now he found a person. What is the name of that person? That person was Chandragupta Maurya. Chanakya found a person, that was Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya was playing a game called Raj Kimal in the forest with his friends. Chanakya saw that and Chanakya fascinated by him and he said, come with me, I will give you education and we will throw out the Ghananand from Nanda dynasty. And then they made an army and they attacked Ghananand and Ghananand was defeated, thrown away, and the Magad, the Mauryan dynasty was established. It happened in 322 BCE. You have to remember this. When Chandragupta threw away Ghananand in 322 BC. We have to remember all this. Now we will talk about some sources from where we get information about Mauryan dynasty. What were the sources of information about Mauryan dynasty? First source is, you have to remember a book named Arth Shastra. This is a text written by Chanakya. Chanakya wrote this book. Then you have to remember that Chanakya has many names. He is also called as Chanakya. He is also known as Kautilya and also known as Vishnu Gupta. These are three names of a same person, and he wrote a book named Arthashastra. It's not about economics, it's about political and the social life of Mauryan dynasty. We will get a lot of information from Arthashastra and written by Chanakya. It is in Sanskrit language. It was written in Sanskrit language, written by Chanakya, and in this book there is a principle of Saptang principle. In this book, what does it mean, Saptang? Chanakya mentioned that there are 7 organs of a nation, of a state, that we will talk about later about this. This is the first authentic information about Mauryan dynasty. Second, we will talk the book named Mudra Rakshas. Mudra Rakshas, written by Visakh Dutt. Who is the writer of this? Visakh Dutt. Visakh Dutt wrote this book, Mudra Rakshas. It was a Brahminical text written by Visakh Dutt. He didn't write this in the Mauryan period. He wrote in Gupta period, but it gives us information about Mauryan dynasty. In this book, there is a mention that Chandragupta Maurya was Sudra. What Visakh Dutt wrote this? Chandragupta Maurya was Sudra. What is the Sudra? As you know, in ancient India there were 4 Varnas. Now look, there were 4 Varnas in ancient India. First one was Brahmin. As you know, it is in present time it's a caste. Second was Kshatriya. Third one was Vaishya. And fourth one is Sudra. So, what did Mudra Rakshas mention? That the Chandragupta was a Shudra. So, now how he can say he was a Sudra. Look, Arthashastra, written by Chanakya. Chanakya mentioned that the king should be a Kshatriya. What Chanakya says? Chanakya says king should be a Kshatriya. Then it's a common logic that Chanakya will not choose a person who is not a Kshatriya. He will never make a person king who is Sudra. So this point of Mudra Rakshas is not acceptable in the history, because history says that in the last histories of his life, Chandragupta Maurya initiated Jainism. So he was angry with him because he left Brahmin religion. So he said he was a Sudra. But Chanakya himself said he wasn't Sudra, he was a Kshatriya. This point favors in Chandragupta that he was a Kshatriya. Now we have to remember what was the work of Brahmins in that time: to give education. Work of Brahmins was to give education to the Kshatriyas, and also they performed yagas and all work. And what was the work of Kshatriyas? To protect this public and rule upon the public. To protect the public and rule upon the public, it was the work of Kshatriyas. What was the work of Vaishyas? Agriculture. Agriculture and business. Agriculture and business was the work of Vaishyas and Sudras, the persons who lived out of the village. They were lowest. It was lowest varnas out of first. You have to remember in pre-Vedic time, this varna system was on karma, but in the post-Vedic system, it became on birth. Because if you got birth in, if you born in Brahmin, then you would be Brahmin, or for all the life. If you Kshatriya, then you Kshatriya, Vaishya. It was depends on your birth. Now we will talk about Chandragupta Maurya's Shudra. Who said this? Mudra Rakshas. Now we have two Buddhist texts. You have to remember the name of two Buddhist texts. What was the name of those? One is Deepavansa, and second is Mahavansa. These are two texts of Buddhist, Deepavansa and Mahavansa. It is also gives us information about Mauryan dynasty. Also, some Greek writers. There are some Greek writers who gives us information about Mauryan dynasty. You can take name of Megasthenes. We will talk about later about this man, Megasthenes. He came to India in the time of Chandragupta Maurya. He was an ambassador of Seleucus Nicator to the Chandragupta Maurya's court. So Megasthenes wrote a book named Indica. It was book of Megasthenes. This also gives us information about Mauryan dynasty. And another Greek writer also, you can name Pliny, Plutarch. These were the people who gave information about Mauryan dynasty. These are our sources about. One of the most sources of this is rock edicts of Ashoka. We will talk about when we study about Ashoka. Then we will talk about rock edicts of Ashokas. These are also major evidence of Mauryan dynasty, Ashoka. So you have to remember these sources of which gives us information about Mauryan dynasty. Now we will talk how Chandragupta came to the power and how he made an empire which was the first empire of India, first powerful empire of India. Now we will talk about that. First ruler of Mauryan dynasty was Chandragupta Maurya. You have to remember the time period of Chandragupta Maurya. It is about 322 BCE to 298 BCE. It was the time of him. He ruled upon Magad. So Chandragupta Maurya. He was Mauryan. That's why the name of dynasty became Mauryan dynasty. Who was his guru? You have to remember his teacher. His teacher was Chanakya. Chanakya was his Chanakya was his teacher and also his prime minister. So there was a post of prime minister in that era. He was the prime minister. He was the advisor of Chandragupta Maurya because he made him ready to fight against Ghananand, and he defeated in 322 BC. 322 BC, Chandragupta defeated whom? Chandragupta defeated Ghananand. And who was the Ghananand? Ghananand was last ruler of Mauryan dynasty, last ruler of Nanda dynasty. He was defeated, and now Chandragupta Maurya was the ruler of Magad. Now we will talk about a dash. You have to remember a time 305 BCE. In 305 BCE, a Greek commander of Alexander, he invaded India. 305. Who was that? He was Seleucus Nicator. Seleucus Nicator invaded India. He attacked on India, but unfortunately, he was defeated by Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta defeated him, and they went in an alliance. What it was they went in alliance because whenever a king was defeated in any war, he had to make an alliance with winner king, otherwise he would be killed. So Seleucus Nicator was compelled to come in an alliance with Chandragupta Maurya. And what was the conditions? We will talk about conditions of Chandragupta Maurya in that alliance. What was the conditions? First condition was that Seleucus Nicator will give Herat, Baluchistan, Kabul and Kandahar to Chandragupta Maurya. These were very rich provisions of that time. So Seleucus Nicator was compelled to give these provisions. Which were provisions? You have to remember Kabul. Kabul was the capital of that time present time Afghanistan. That was the part of India. Kabul, Kandahar, Herat, and Baluchistan. As you know, Baluchistan is present time in Pakistan. It fought against Pakistan army. Now we will talk about Kabul, Kandahar, Herat and Baluchistan. These provisions, these areas were given to Chandragupta Maurya by Seleucus Nicator. Second thing, some books mention that Seleucus got his daughter married with Chandragupta. So he gave his daughter to Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya got married with his daughter. Name was Helena. You have to remember the name of that girl. And third one is Megasthenes. He sent Megasthenes as ambassador to Mauryan court. You have to remember these three conditions of Chandragupta Maurya. That first was Kabul, Kandahar, Herat and Baluchistan were given to the Chandragupta Maurya. Second is Seleucus Nicator's daughter was Helena. She was married to Chandragupta Maurya. And third was he sent an ambassador name was Megasthenes who came to the Mauryan court, and he wrote a book called Indica. I mentioned that before. So we got a lot of information about Mauryan dynasty from this book. Now what Chandragupta gave to the Seleucus Nicator in return, the one thing he has given, that was he gave 500 elephants. 500 elephants to Seleucus Nicator. It was the alliance, and these were the conditions of those of that alliance. He gave 5,000 elephants. As I already mentioned in another video, that the Magad Empire has a lot of elephants. Then they use the elephant in the wars, and elephants are very useful in any war. So Seleucus Nicator demanded that if I get the Kandahar and all this, so you have to give me 500 elephants, and Chandragupta Maurya gave him 5,000 elephants. So these were the conditions, and 305. Now we come to after this Chandragupta Maurya went to South India because there were continuous famine in his empire, and he gave his throne to his son Bindusara and went to the south. Before that, he initiated Jainism as his religion. Before, he was a Hindu ruler, but he changed himself into Jainism religion, and his second guru was, you have to remember of that person, his second guru was Bhadrabahu. Bhadrabahu was his second. First was Chanakya, and when he initiated Jainism, then he made a new guru, that was Bhadrabahu. He initiated him. In 298 BCE, in 2000 BCE, in 298 BCE, he was died through fasting. Because in Jainism, if you know, there is a way of dying, that is Salentina. So he died through fasting in 298 BC in Swarna Belgola in Karnataka. Where is the Swarna Belgola? It lies in Mysore in Karnataka. He died there in 298 BCE. It was Chandragupta Maurya who was the first most important ruler of Indian dynasty. Now, after this, we will talk about Bindusara, who is the second ruler, who was the son of Chandragupta Maurya. What we have talked in this video, you have to revise it, you have to remember it very quickly. So, in next video, we will talk about Bindusara. So, watch our video, subscribe our channel, and get your another notifications. Thank you for watching.